Recording in progress.
Right. Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Am I audible? अरे ये भी ज़्यादा हो गया यार. Huh? Marustar. Okay. Yes. Good evening, guys. Subhanshu. Good evening. Amar. Good evening. Right, guys. So today we'll discuss about what is that? Subnetting. Right. Yes. Viresh. Good evening. Pawan. Good evening. Pawan Kumar. Praveen Kumar. Pawan Kumar. Praveen Kumar. Right. Okay. So good evening, guys. Okay. So let's see here. Pawan and Praveen both is there, na? Huh? Right. Subnetting concept. Guys, subnetting, it's a very, very important for VPCs. Okay. Subnetting is a very, very important for VPC, right? So coming to subnets, we'll have two types of subnets, guys. One is FLSM, fixed length subnet mask, VLSM, variable length subnet mask, right? FLSM and VLSM, right? Two types of subnets will have. FLSM full form, fixed length subnet mask. VLSM full form, variable length subnet mask, right? So what is the differences between fixed length and variable length subnet mask? We'll discuss. Okay. So first of all, we'll do fixed length subnet mask. Okay. So FLSM full form, fixed length subnet mask. For example, HCL is a one organization. HCL is a one organization. HCL having two different departments, IT department and BPO. So IT department having 100 peoples and BPO also having 100 peoples, right, guys? So for example, HCL, so they try to starting one new branch, right? So HCL, they try to starting one new branch, right, guys? So in that branch, we need to establish the network for both the departments, right? We need to establish the network for both the department. So 100 missions for IT department, 100 missions for BPO department we need to establish. So 100 IT peoples, they need to access the 100 IT missions. 100 BPO peoples, they need to access the 100 BPO missions, right? So now they provided for us this network. Class C network is a preferable. Yesterday we discussed, right? 192.168.1.0. This is network ID, and 192.168.1.255. It's a broadcast ID. So all the host bits, if it is becomes zeros, that is network ID. All the host bits, if it is becomes ones, that is broadcast ID. Right, guys? So remaining 1 to 255 valid IP addresses. Only valid IP addresses we are going to assign for hosts in a network. If you try to establishing the network, only valid IP addresses we are going to assign for missions in a network. 1 to 254 valid IP addresses will have. So now we are trying to assigning 1 to 100 for IT department, 101 to 200 for BPO. Got it, guys? Total 1 to 255, 254 IP addresses will have 100 for IT, 100 for BPO. So the problem it got resolved. Yes? Yes, no. Now, what is a subnet mask for this network? Default subnet mask, compound wall, 255.255.255.0. So this is a default subnet mask for class C, right? So we need to assign this class C subnet mask while you are trying to assigning the class C IP addresses for your host, right, guys? Now here, if you're using the subnet mask 1 to 255 IP address, it having the communication. 1 to 255 IP addresses having communication, it can able to communicate. So that means IT department and BPO department, they have the communication. IT people, they can able to communicate with BPO. BPO peoples also, they can able to communicate with IT. I hope you got it, guys, right? IT peoples, they can able to communicate with BPO peoples, and BPO peoples also, they can able to communicate with IT people, right? So we need to avoid the communication between those both the departments. They should not communicate. IT people, they should not communicate with BPO, and BPO's people also, they should not communicate with IT. Right, guys? So how we need to avoid the communication? Right? IT department is different and BPO department is different, right? So we need to avoid the communication. They should not communicate. How? How we need to avoid the communication? Okay, by subnetting, it's okay. We have one more way. Exactly why we need to do the subnetting, let's see here. We have one more way. You can able to use another network, right? Some different network, 192.168.2.0 network you can use. So 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.34 like this will have 2.254, and this is broadcast ID, right? So this is different network and this is another network. Those both the network, it doesn't have the communication now. This is different classroom. This is another classroom. Those both the classrooms, they doesn't have the communication now. Got it, guys? Now we are trying to assigning this network for IT department and this network for BPO. Right, guys? So this network for IT department, this network for BPO. So I hope you got it, guys. So clear? Yes, no. Then IT, it's unable to communicate with BPO, and BPO also, it's unable to communicate with IT. How many IP addresses we are utilizing from this network? Total, how many IP addresses we are wasting in each network? More than 150, right? More than 150 IP addresses we are wasting. Approximately more than 300 IP addresses we are wasting into both the departments, right? If you're wasting those many IP addresses, unnecessary broadcast it will happen, right? Yes, no. While you are trying to sending the data, it will send the data to the each and every mission in a network, right? So we'll have the more than 200 IP addresses here. The broadcasting it will happen. So because of that reason, what we are doing in the sense, this is not a proper scenario. So we are trying to dividing one network into multiple networks. This is one classroom little bit big classroom, right? So this classroom capacity is 254 students capacity. Okay. So, but here IT class peoples 100 only will have, and BPO class peoples also 100 will have, right? So can we able to conduct the both the class into same classroom? No. How you can able to conduct the both the classes? Maybe AWS and Linux. 100 peoples for AWS, 100 peoples for Linux will have, guys. Can we able to conduct the both the class into the same classroom? No. What we need to do? We need to divide this classroom into two parts, two partitions. That means two classrooms. We have 254 people's capacity classroom, guys. But for AWS, only 100 peoples will have. For Linux, only 100 peoples will have. Unnecessary, we are wasting remaining chairs. We need to utilize those all the chairs. In the sense, what we should do, what we need to do, we need to divide the classroom into two classrooms. That is what we are doing now. I hope you got it, guys. Okay. So this is one network. This network capacity 254 valid IP addresses, right? 254 is a very like huge value for 100, right? And for BP also, it's a very huge value. So because of that reason, we are dividing this network into multiple networks. One network, how we are trying to dividing one classroom into multiple classroom. Like the same way, we are trying to dividing the one network into multiple networks, right, guys? For example, I'm trying to comparing this network with one Apple. Actually, most of the people they will teach like very lengthy formulas, guys. No need to bother about those all the formulas. So no need to bother. Simple. So how we need to do the subnetting? It's a very simple. Just if you know Apple, that's enough, right? Assume this is one Apple, right, guys? This Apple I'm trying to comparing with this network. This Apple having how many combinations? 0 to 255 combinations will have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like this will have 0 to 255 combinations will have here. Got it, guys? So 0 to 255. Okay. So now what we are doing in the sense, we are trying to, for example, assume that I have one apple along with me, right? While I'm trying to having the apple, so Adi, he came to me and then he's asking one doubt, right, guys? So then what I need to do? So Adi come and sit in front of me like this, but I'm trying to having the apple. Then what I need to do? I'm trying to sharing the apple to Adi. So how you're going to share the apple to someone? I have the only one apple, guys. I doesn't have another apple. Only one apple I have along with me. Then what we need to do? We need to cut the apple into the two pieces. That's it, no? How you're going to cut the apple into the two pieces? With the help of knife tool. So here we need one tool called knife. With the help of knife tool, we are trying to dividing this apple into two pieces. Right, guys? So this part is 128. This part is a 128. I said no yesterday, each and every network it having one broadcast ID, one network ID. So because of that reason, we are doing -2 here. Total 126 is a valid IP addresses. Here also we'll have 126. So now this part we are going to assign for IT department, and this part we are going to assign for BPO department. Instead of wasting the more than 150 IP addresses, we are wasting only 26 IP addresses in each network. Got it, guys? We need 100 only, but we'll have 126. You can say this 26 for backup. Maybe in future, if you try to adding 20 more missions, we can in that particular network. Right, guys? 126 is the nearest value for 100. Then we can able to assign the 126. 126, this part for IT department, this part for BPO department. Right, guys? Okay. If we having the apple, we are going to use one tool called knife. If we have the classroom, we are going to divide one partition with the help of bricks and with the help of cement. That's it, no? Then this is one network, right? This is one network, right? Yes, no. How we need to divide this network into the two part? What kind of knife we need here? We need customized subnet mask. Got it, guys? We need customized subnet mask. So how you are going to get this customized subnet mask? So this is default subnet mask, guys. Already we know about this very well. Yesterday we discussed. Let's know this is a default subnet mask. If you're using this default subnet mask, this part and this part both having the communication. So instead of the subnet mask, we need to get the default subnet mask. Sorry, we need to get the customized subnet mask. Customized subnet mask is a knife here. I hope you got it. With the help of knife, how we are trying to dividing the one apple into the two pieces, like the same way with the help of customized subnet mask, we are going to divide the one network into two networks, multiple networks, not only two. I hope you got it, guys. So what is subnetting? Subnetting means we are converting the host bit into network bit. That is called subnetting. Remember this line word. Subnetting means we are converting host bits into network bits. Simple. Subnetting means we are converting host bits into network bit. That is called subnetting. So can we write this default subnet mask into binary? Right? Let's see here. So already we got this default subnet mask from binary itself only, right? So 255 means 8 ones. 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 zeros. So we are writing this default subnet mask into binary, right? 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0. Got it, guys? Clear? Right. So what is subnetting? We are converting host bit into network bit. First host bit we converted into network bit. So what is the bit value? What is this bit value? I said total 4 octet, each octet having 8 bits, each bit having one fixed value. 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 to the power of 7, 128. This network bit value is 128. Now it's not 0 now, right? This bit value is 128. Can we write like this? 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 128. So this is a customized subnet mask. This is a knife we are dividing into two networks with the help of this knife, with the help of this customized subnet mask. I hope you got it, guys. Right? So using this customized subnet mask, we are trying to dividing one network into two networks. So we should not use the subnet mask now. We should not use this. We need to use only the subnet mask. We need to use only the subnet mask. I hope you got it, guys. So clear. So now range total combinations 128, valid IP addresses 126. This is for IT. Range 192.168.1.0 192.168.1.127. So this is network ID and it's a broadcast ID. In between we'll have 126 valid IP addresses. I hope you got it, guys. In between we'll have 126 valid IP addresses. Right? We are going to assign this network for IT department, but you should use this customized subnet mask for IT department while you are trying to assigning the IP addresses from this network. And for BPO, we end with 127, right? It will start from 128. 192.168.1.128 to 192.168.1.255. So this is network ID and it's a broadcast ID. In between we'll have 126 valid IP addresses, right? So 126 is a valid IP addresses we'll have. Now this 126 valid IP addresses we are going to assign for whom? BPO. Got it, guys. Now same subnet mask we need to use for BPO department also. So this subnet mask, it will act like as if a knife. It will avoid the communication between those both the parts. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? So what is /24 CIDR? CIDR. CIDR full form classless interdomain routing. CIDR full form classless interdomain routing. I hope you got it, guys. So CIDR full form classless interdomain routing. What is slash notation? Guys, in real-time environment in AWS, right? If you go to Linux missions, we are going to define the subnets with the help of CIDR. We are going to define the subnet with the help of CIDR, guys, right? /24 means 24 network bits will have. So 25 means 25 network. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 1, 25. So if they're providing 25, that means it having one subnet. I hope you got it. So one subnet means each network having 128 combinations. If they're providing /24, total 255 combinations. 255 missions we can. Missions means 254 missions we can. If they're providing /25 means 128 each network having. That's it now, guys. This classroom capacity assumed as 254 peoples. Then we are trying to dividing each classroom capacity 126, like the same way here. So slash notation, it will define subnets. /25. /25 means, so it having one subnet, right? Second and two broadcast. What is that, man? Praveen Kumar. What I said, each and every network, it having the network ID and broadcast ID, right? For two different networks, right? Each network having network ID and broadcast ID, right? So, right. So, guys, we discuss for your understanding purpose, all the host bits, it will become 0. All the host bits, it will become 255. So, if while you're doing the subnets, it's not applicable there. If you're doing the subnets, each network having one broadcast ID, one network ID. यहाँ पे 0 मत डालो. Don't keep the 0 here. Here, this is network ID for this network. Got it? Simple, guys. Maybe you are in Leo, so they are going to get the alternate employee, right? They should not stop the work, right? So they are going to get the alternate employee, like the same way here. Simple. So here 0 is a network ID. Here 128 is a network ID. Here 127 is a broadcast ID. Here 255 is a broadcast ID. वही शायद, I hope like you are asking same thing, right? Praveen Kumar. Right. So let's see, guys, here. I hope you're clear about FLSM. How we need to divide the one network into two networks, right? Next, VLSM, variable length subnet mask. Guys, give me 1 minute. Okay. So guys, can you hear me online? Online, can you hear me? Am I audible? Right. So let's see guys. VLSM. VLSM. Variable length subnet mask. Variable length subnet mask. So for example, we have an organization called CTS. Okay. So CTS having three different departments: HR, account, and IT. HR department, account department, and IT department. Right, guys? HR having 20 peoples, account department having 50 peoples, and IT department having 100 peoples. Right? We are trying to establishing the network for them. This is variable length. This is 20, 50, and 100 different lengths. So before 100, right? It's very easy. It's not a big deal. So same concept, guys. Same Apple formula only. So let's see here. So we are writing default subnet mask into binary 81s.81s.81s.80s, right? 81s.81s.81s.80s, 255.255.255.0. So I hope you got it, guys, right? So now what is subnetting? We are converting the host bit into network bits, that is subnetting, right? How many departments will have? Three departments will have. Already we know how we need to convert the network bits into, sorry, host bit into network bit, right? So 8 host bits will have here, right? 8 host bits will have, 8 host bits will have. Now first host bit we are trying to converting into network bit. Simple, guys. I have only one Apple along with me. While I'm trying to having the Apple, so in between Adi, he came to me, and then what we need to do, we are trying to dividing this apple two halves with the help of one knife. One half for Adi, another half for me. Okay. Adi, he went out, and then uh, Ganesh, he came to me again. I have only half apple along with me. After Adi, Ganesh, he came to me, and Ganesh is asking one more doubt. Right. Then I have only half apple. Then what I should do? I need to cut this half apple into again two pieces. That's it, na? I hope you got it. अभी वही कर रहा है. So now we are doing same thing. First half we are assigning for IT department. So we convert the first host bit into network bit. Guys, give me 1 minute. So let's see, guys, here. So we assign this part for IT department, right? So 126 IP addresses we assign for IT department, right? So range 192.168.1.0, 192.168.1.127. In between, we'll have 126 valid IP addresses. This is network ID and this is broadcast ID. This is broadcast ID. Right, guys? This is network ID and it's a broadcast ID. And this is a customized subnet mask we need to use. This value is 128, 255.255.255.128. So there's a customized subnet mask /25 CIDR because 8 networks will have. So for this /24 only. That's it now. So this subnet mask CIDR is /24 and this subnet mask CIDR is /25 because 25 network bits will have here. Okay. So now we are going to assign this range for IT department. Again, we'll have another half, right? Now we are trying to dividing this half into again two pieces. Got it, guys? We are trying to dividing this half into again two pieces. So 128 divided by 2, how much? 64. So this part 64 and this part also 64. How to divide? Second host octet we need to convert it to network octet. Simple. Actually, we'll have 4 parts, but total 1 part we assign for our IT department. Okay. Remaining 2 parts will have 64 combinations we are trying to assigning for account department. Instead of wasting the more than 60 IP addresses, we are wasting only hardly 12 IP addresses. That's it, right? Yes, no. So the 62 is the nearest value for account department, right? 50, right? Then 128 plus 64, how much? 192. Can we write like this? 255.255.255.192. 192, right? Slash 26, because 2 more bits we got added. Total 24 plus 2, 26. 26 network bits will have. Range, we end with 127 in previous network. Then in this network, we need to start from 128. 192.168.1.128 is a network ID. 192.168.1.191 is a broadcast ID. In between, we'll have 62 valid IP addresses. So we are going to assign 62 valid IP addresses for account department, but we should not use the subnet mask. We need to use this subnet mask for this department. I hope you got it. Next, HR 64. Here we'll have 64, right? Combinations. That means 64 combinations will have. So 64 is a very huge value for 20, right? We are wasting more than 44 IP addresses, right? What we need to do? Again, I have small piece Apple. Again, Mubashir, he came to me. Then what I need to do? Again, we need to cut the apple into the 2 pieces, right? So here, 64 divided by 2, how much? 62 divided by 2, man. 64 divided by 2, 32. Okay, not 28. Okay. So मई जो मैथ्स में थोड़ा वीक है बोलो तो मेरे से वीक है ना यार आप लोग. So 64 divided by 2, 32. 32 minus 2, 30. 30 is a nearest value for HR. 20. We are wasting 10 IP addresses. That's it. Instead of wasting the 44, 10 it's good, right? Okay. So next, third host bit we need to convert into network bit, right? 128 plus, right? 64 plus and 32. How much? 224. Right? So 128 plus 64 plus 32, 224, right? So can we write like this? 255.255.255.224. So CIDR slash 27, because 27 networks, 3 host bits we convert into the network bits. So range, it will end with 191. We need to start from 192. 192.168.1.192. 192.168.1.223. In between, we'll have 30 valid IP addresses, right? 30 valid IP addresses. And we are going to use the subnet mask for HRD. Okay. Total combination divided by 2 you should use. Don't give minus 2. Okay. 128 minus 2, 126. 64 minus 2, 62. 32 minus 2, 30. If you want, you can convert one more. One more bit also, fourth bit also can convert. So we'll have 30, 32, right? 32 divided by 2, 16, 16 again. उसके बाद में support नहीं करेगा. 16 at least minimum we are going to use, right? If you want, you can do 29 also. 16 divided by 2, 8. Each network having 8. 8 minus 2, only 6 missions we can able to connect. But in AWS, it won't support till 28. More than 28, it won't support in AWS. But in legacy environments, you can do. Legacy environment you can do, but AWS it won't support. So I hope you got it, guys. How we need to divide the one network into multiple networks. It's a very simple formula. So easily we can able to remember. While you are trying to creating the subnets in your VPCs, at the time it's a very useful. Right? Okay. I hope you're clear about CIDR also. Coming to AWS. Guys, AWS, it is not going to consider our legacy environment rules and regulations. AWS, it having their own rules and regulations. Got it. AWS, it having their own, AWS Cloud having their own. It means they are going to maintain VLSM concept according to their requirement. Guys, it may be class A. Usually class A subnet mask, class A, subnet mask 255.0.0.0. CIDR 8/8 is a CIDR for class A. Got it. Class B subnet mask 255.255.0.0/16 because two network octets 8 plus 8 16. Coming to class C 255 255 255 0 3 255 255 255 255 0 /24. Those all fixed, right? Yes, no. But coming to AWS, it may be class A, it may be class B, it may be class C. Whatever if you want you can use. Minimum 16, maximum 28. Minimum 16, maximum 28. Below 16, even if you're using class A 10.0.0.0, even you need to provide 16 only. If you're providing /8 in AWS while you're trying to creating the VPCs, it won't accept. Minimum 16 CIDR we need to provide while you're trying to creating the VPC CIDR block. Okay, minimum. Maximum you can give. Maximum you can give. And one more thing, most of the people, they are doing some mistake while you are trying to creating the VPCs, you are doing the overlap. Subnetting overlap kar rahe aap log. Okay, why subnetting it's overlapping? I observe few peoples because of that reason. So actually, so ye main padhane wala nahi tha, subnetting, overlapping and those all stuff. Most of the people, they have the confusion while you are creating the VPCs, your own VPCs. Let's see here. For example, minimum 16, maximum 28, right? Let's see here. 16 means, see guys here, it may be class A, it may be class B, it may be class C. This is class A private range. That's it, no? 10.255.255.255, class A private range. Class B private range, already we'll have here, right? No need to bother. Already we'll have this. Class A private range 10.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255. Class B 127.16.0.02, 172. Not 127, 172.16.0.02, 172.31.255.255. Class C 192.168.0.02, 192.160.255.255. This is a private range. It may be class A, it may be class B, it may be class C. So for class C, usually in legacy environment, we are going to use /8. So this is /16, right? And this is /24. So here we are dividing the subnets. So how we need to know how many networks we can able to establish, how many hosts we can able to connect into the each network. Already yesterday we done. using few formulas. 2 to the power of n minus p is a formula for networks. Yes, no, we can able to know that. Okay, so let's see, whatever it may be in AWS, especially in AWS cloud, right? /16 means blindly remember 65536 combinations will have 65535 valid IP addresses will have. I hope you got it, guys. /16, simple, guys. What is VPC? Our virtual private cloud. To establish the network, we are going to use the VPC, right? If you go to legacy environment also, maybe one floor capacity is 255. We establish this 255 networks. You already defined this 255 missions as a one network. Can we able to create another network into the 255? That is called overlapping. I hope you got it now, right? While you are trying to creating the VPC, better to use 16. In 16, you can able to create multiple 255s, right? If you want, you can create public subnet. If you want, you can create private subnet, whatever. If you want, you can create. Most of the people, what they are doing, they're trying to creating the VPC at the time /24. They're providing CIDR for VPC. They already created one subnet with the help of /24, and again they're trying to creating the subnet. We doesn't have the space where you are going to create one more subnet. Simple, guys. This is one classroom. This classroom capacity 65,536 peoples, right? Can we able to divide this classroom into multiple classroom? 100 200 people's capacity classrooms we can divide, right? Because this is a very huge classroom size. Here you consider the total 65,536 peoples as a one class. Can we able to create one more classroom in that? We consider total one class, right? Then how you can able to consider? How we can able to create one more classroom? We doesn't have the space, right? Because of that reason, so simple, guys, we have 20 square feet place. Assume this, we have 20 square feet place. Okay, I need to divide this. For example, I have considered this 20 square feet place as a one classroom. Got it, guys? We have 20 square feet place. This 20 square feet place we consider as a one classroom. Maybe 200 peoples or 100 peoples they can able to set, right? We consider 20 square feet as a one classroom. Can we able to create one more classroom? Already वहां पे complete हो गया ना, जगह नहीं है वहां पे. We doesn't have the space to like establish the one more classroom because we consider 20 square feet as a classroom. Now in this 20 square feet, I consider only 10 square feet as a one classroom. Remaining 10 square feet will have, we can able to create one more classroom. Like the same way here also subnets. While you are trying to creating the VPC, most of the people that are doing this mistake, guys, please, they have some confusion here. So we doesn't have any confusion here. Simple. Depends upon our network. We can able to divide the multiple networks. We have the 20 square feet place. Then according to your requirement, you can create the multiple classroom. If you want, you can consider 10 square feet, 2 classrooms. If you want, you can consider 5 square feet, 4 classrooms. Depends. But you should have the place. So if you consider 20 total 20 square feet, then we are unable to establish the one more classroom. Like the same way here also. While you're doing the practical session, for VPC CIDR, better to give 16. Then you doesn't have any error. If you're providing 24, then what you are going to do? You are going to create one subnet with 24. Finish. Then you are going to get the error. It's overlapping. Okay. To avoid the like this error, because you were in very initial stage, you need to understand those all the concepts. While you're doing the practical session at the time, you can able to understand. It's not like एक दिन में सीखना है, so one day practice. So you should do every day. Then you can able to understand the proper concept. So it's not like this today, Imran sir, he has given the information and then we got the information. You should do the practice. Then you can able to understand, this is a logic we'll have. I hope you got it, guys, right? Right. 16 minimum. Minimum means 65536. 17 also you can give divided by 2. 18 also, but we are not going to use that much of network, right? So this is preferable 24. So hardly we are going to connect 255 combinations will have 254, 255 combination. Sorry, 24 having 254 combination. 25 having 2 128 combinations. Then 26 having 64. 27 having 32. 32. Then 28 having 16. Guys, maximum 16. Maximum, see guys, what is the meaning of maximum in the sense? So maximum side at 28, minimum to minimum in AWS, how many EC2 instances we can able to create into each subnet instance? 16. 16, not 16, 16 combinations. In that, 5 IP address we should not use. 5. Only one, only 2. What I said in AWS. Huh? Did you remember? Open the book and then read the book, then you can able to understand. I think you are last batch AWS, right? Huh? How many IP address we should not use in AWS? 5. What are they? Usually in legacy network, only 2. One is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Here, 5. Maximum how many missions we can able to connect into 128? 16 minus 5. That's it. 255 minus 5. 249, 250 like this we'll get. So got it, guys. Right. So what kind of IP address we should not use? Huh? In AWS, I hope you are all completed VPC, right? Here in offline, I'm talking about offline. NID. So इंटरव्यूअर पूछने के बाद में बुक ओपन करके बोल दो, हाँ इंटरव्यू के लिए बुक తీసుకెళ్ళండి పక్కన NID, BID, GID बोल के, for example 10.0.0.0, this is network ID. 10.0.0.1 default routing, right? Then 10.0.0.2 DNS. 10.0.0.3 feature purpose. 10.255 dot BID. Not only in class A, in class B, in class C also. So we should not use means we are not going to consider this. So I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Yes, no? So this is all about subnetting. Then easily you can able to perform the VPC task now. So got it, guys, online. I hope like you know very well. So my students and Avinash are students, both they know very well about this. Yes, no. And apart from my students and Avinash are students, what about remaining peoples? Huh? What about remaining peoples? बाकी के लोगों को क्या हुआ यार? समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? So I hope you got it right. Guys, can you hear me online? I'm talking with you only. Huh? Shiva, Shiva, Praveen. Hmm? Very good, Amar. Okay. Can we do few practical sessions? Yes, guys. No? Yeah. Right. Few basic commands we'll discuss for 10 to 15 minutes at least. Okay. Huh? TEE. TEE is a command like your output redirector. What is the difference between output redirector and T? Output redirector, it will redirect the output to the file. But T command, what it will do in the sense, it will print the output and as well as it will redirect the output to the file. Both. That is a difference. Like output redirector. But in output redirector, we are not going to get the output. Output, it will redirect to the file. But it is not going to print the output on top of the terminal. But T, it will print both. It will redirect, it will print the output on top of the terminal. Got it? Okay, so we'll do few practical session network related. Huh? Yes, guys. Let's see here. How to know the IP address and MAC address? Now we'll discuss. We have few networking related commands, basic commands we'll discuss. Okay. Useful and basic commands. right? So better to log in as a root user, guys. Okay. Then ifconfig is a command. Ifconfig is a command to know the detail information about your interface. Interface means NIC card. So ifconfig is a command to know the interface details, right? So then hit enter. So guys, the ifconfig command you can execute into any version. It's not like this. We need to execute into old version in new version. You can execute this command into any version. You're going to get the detailed information here. Okay. EN016777736 is our NIC card name. Virtual machine having virtual NIC card, guys. Okay. It's not a physical NIC card. It's a virtual NIC card name. Okay. Connection, it's up. Connection, it's up means NIC card, it's up. We connected internet here into my laptop. Because of that reason, I said no, while we are discussing about system D at the time, RHEL 7.0 having 4 features. Automatically, if you connect the network wire into NIC card, the network services, it will active. Like the same way here, we connect the network wire into our machine, then automatically the network services, it got active up, right? MTU full form, maximum transaction unit, packet size. Maximum transaction unit, packet size 1500, minimum 64. Minimum 64, maximum 1500. Okay. So now this is our IP address. We got one IP address. From where we are getting this IP address? From our DHCP server. So here in our building, we'll have the DHCP server. It may be router, it may be mission, whatever it may be. The DHCP server, it is providing the IP address for this mission automatically. Next. So here we'll have subnet mask, default subnet mask only. This is class C network and this is class C subnet mask. And it's a broadcast ID. Excuse me, guys. This is a broadcast ID. This is IPv6. IPv6, and this is a subnet mask for IPv6. Okay, this is a subnet mask for IPv6, and it's a Ethernet. Ethernet means NIC card address, MAC address, Ethernet address, physical address. It's a one unique address, right? So it having hexadecimal values. So 1000 Mbps Ethernet connection. And RX full form receiving packets. How many packets we receive? 394 packets. So in bytes, in KBs, right? So TX means transfer packets. TX means transfer packets. 63 packets, 7756 bytes, 7.5 KB, right? While you are trying to transferring, while you are trying to receiving, at the time it doesn't have any errors here. See guys here. At the time it doesn't have any errors, right? So this is LO. LO means loopback. Loopback. Yesterday we discussed about loopback IP address. What is loopback IP address? 127.0.0.1. So this is a loopback IP address. And this is IPv6 loopback, guys. ::1 is a IPv6 loopback. This is IPv6 loopback. And this is IPv4 loopback. Okay. Then subnet mask for loopback IP address, right? So what is the use of loopback IP address? NIC card. To check the NIC card whether it is working or not, we are going to use loopback IP address. How to check? Ping is a command, right? Ping is a command 127.0.0.1. See guys, we are getting reply from loopback IP address. That means we have proper NIC card into our machine, right? So 64 bytes from 128.0.0.1 ICMP full form Internet Communication Messaging Protocol. Ping command, it will get the ICMP protocol. To check the communication, with the help of ICMP, we are going to check the communication. ICMP full form, Internet Communication Messaging Protocol. Sequence number, TTL full form, time to live. Packet, it's living from source. That is time to live, right? So 64, time in milliseconds. Got it, guys. Control C to kill. Control C to kill. Continuously we are going to get the reply. Because of that reason we should use Control C to kill the session, terminate the session, right? So now let's see here. -C is an option for C4. If you're providing -C4, you're going to get the 4 packets from loopback. Automatically it will disconnect. Otherwise, continuously you're going to get the reply from loopback IP address. So I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Yes, no, right. If config is a command to know the detailed information. Like the same way, we have one more command called IPADDR. IPA also you can give, it's not a problem. IPA or IPADDR you can give. IPADDR command, it's introduced from RHEL 7.0 onwards. IP space ADDR command, they introduced to us from RHEL 7.0. This command we are unable to execute into older versions like 6.0, 5.0, 4.0 and 3.0, 2.0 versions. Got it? Only latest versions it will support 7.0, 8.0 and 9.0, right? Then hit enter. Same information, but output wise little bit different. First, it will show you loopback details, connection up, right? Loopback IP address, and this is our NIC card details, connection up. So MTU 1500, 1000 Mbps connection will have, 1000 Mbps Ethernet will have, okay? 1000 Mbps not a connection, okay? Internet, it's not internet speed, it's a Ethernet supporting. So it's a gigabit Ethernet, right? Nowadays, each and every machine it's supporting gigabit, it having gigabit Ethernet, right? Because of that reason, it's showing 1000. And this is our NIC card MAC address. So alphanumerical values, hexadecimal values, NIC card MAC address. Guys, actually, F colon F colon F colon F colon. This is broadcasting MAC address. Actually, by default, you'll have. So with the help of this F colon F colon F colon, with the help of broadcasting IP address, the broadcasting it will happen. It is going to transfer the data from one machine to another machine. Okay. So this is IP address and broadcast ID, and this is our interface name, profile name you can say, and then IPv6, IPv6/64. This is IPv6. So I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Right. Next. Now, how we need to verify whether we'll have the internet connectivity or not. Ping, usually most of the people, they are going to provide google.com. That's it, no? So we are not getting any reply. Give me 1 minute. Maybe I'm connecting the laptop into different networks, right? Naresh IT. That building having one network, this building having another network. Because of that reason, maybe previous network IP address, it got into a cache memory. Okay. So let's verify IPADDR. Now see guys, network it got changed. Before we'll have different network ID, right? A network, that means IP address. Now we'll have some different network, right? Ping usually now we can provide. Still we are getting same problem. Why? कहाँ आ गया यार? अभी आ रहा है, स्लो से आ रहा है, बहुत स्लो से. So it's like we are getting the reply very slow. So okay, no issues. Now we're getting the reply here. Okay, so we have the internet. So most of the people, they are going to use this command whether you'll have the internet or not. Actually, this is not a proper command, guys. Ping 8.8.8.8. Then if you're getting the reply from 8.8.8.8, so that means you will have the internet connection into your laptop, into your machine. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? 8.8.8.8. What is 8.8.8.8? Global DNS server IP address. Secondary 8.8.4.4. Primary 8.8.8.8. Global DNS server IP address. 8.8.4.4. Got it? Eight dot eight is a, so primary. 8.8.4.4 is a secondary. Nice class. Thank you, Latif. Thank you, Latif. I hope you got it, guys. Ping command. Next. IP root is a command. It's bit important for administrator. IP root. IP space root. See, guys, here. Default via 192.168.1.1. This is our gateway. What is gateway? Entry and exit point. For example, you need to enter into this classroom. Without that gateway, how you are going to enter into the classroom? It's not possible. Like the same way, assume this one network is a one classroom. You need to send the data, the packet, it should travel from your network to another network. It having one device called gateway. Okay, maximum in our home, Wi-Fi router is a gateway. In our home network, wherever, maybe if you want, you can go to real-time environment also. But we are unable to say in real-time environment, Wi-Fi router is a gateway. Maybe it's a mission, it's a Cisco router's IP address. It may be mission's IP address. Maybe if they're using virtual routers, at the time we'll have the computer IP address we are going to consider as a gateway. Right, guys? So usually in our home, maximum will have the router's IP address. Our Wi-Fi router will have, right? That Wi-Fi router's IP address we are going to consider as a gateway. Because while you're trying to sending the packet, while you're receiving the packet from your network, the packet, it should travel from your network to another network. We should have one gate. That is a router. This is router's IP address. Got it, guys? And this is device name and metric calculation, guys. Proto static metric calculation. Actually, this metric calculation will happen into routers. With the help of this metric calculation, router, it will decide the best path to reach the destination. Got it? Next, network ID to identify the network, device name, and this is our IP address, our mission IP address. Through this route, we are going to send the packet. Through this route, we are going to get the packet. One way. entry and exit both same way. So in this classroom, we have the only one gate, right? To enter into classroom, same gate we should use. We need to quit from this classroom, same gate we need to use, like the same way here. This is entry and exit point. Gateway is a entry and exit point device IP address we need to provide. So clear, guys? Good. Next, trace path. Trace path, right? Trace path and trace route both are same, guys. Trace path, trace route both are same. What is the use of trace path and trace route in the sense? We can able to find out the networks in between you and someone. Maybe, so we have Google server, we have Facebook server, and we'll have Twitter servers. We are into India, maybe they are located in USA. From India to USA, while you are trying to accessing the Google server, in between how many networks we'll have, we can able to find out with the help of trace path. Trace path is a command to find out the networks between source and destination. Okay. So trace path, then you can give google.com. You're not getting reply. Maybe the Google services, it's a bit slow. Yes, we are getting now. Right. So I hope you got it, guys. See, guys, if you observe different network IP addresses we are getting here. Oh, so it doesn't have the security, man. From here onwards, we are using Geo network here. Okay. Geo. Right. So I hope you got it, right? Clear? Next. Trace route also you can use. Now we use trace path or trace route? Path, right? Trace route also you can use. Same output we'll get. access.redhat.com. Where we are going to use this trace paths and trace route in the sense, for example, you are trying to communicating internal network. While you are trying to communicating at the time, so you are not going to get the reply. At the time, the network, whether it is established or not, to verify, then we are going to use the trace path and trace route commands. Don't misuse this, okay? So clear. But people, they have the good security, even if you try to. So this is a Red Hat IP address. 30 hops, max 60 packets, 60 bytes packets. See, this many IP addresses will have. See here, this is Red Hat IP address, right? Then this is our mission IP address, right? It's not our mission, it's a gateway. From Red Hat gateway to our gateway, how many networks will have? See, got it now. So clear? Route, guys, route. For example, you are trying to traveling from your Hyderabad to your hometown, right? So how many क्या बोलते villages will get in between? How many towns will get in between? Right. So clear? Don't say to the interview how many villages we are going to get, okay? How many networks will have, how many hops will have, we can able to find out, okay? For understanding purpose, I'm giving this information, okay? So right, guys. So clear? Next, SS is a command. SS, socket status. It's very useful for administrator. We should have 80 numbers. Why today 50% strength? Huh? Usually we should have 80, at least 70 numbers we should have now every day online. Why today 50% strength today? Saturday effect. Huh? Networking, okay. थोड़े लोग जानते हैं, right? Week off. Right. SS is a command. PLUP and a SS is a command. Socket status. With the help of SS command, we can able to find out the listening port numbers on protocols. Listen protocols port numbers we can able to find out. Okay. So T fill form TCP sockets, L fill form listening sockets, U UDP sockets, P protocols, N names, A all. Names are numbers. Names I think. Names and A all. Then hit enter. See. 22 is a port number. It's listening on where? SSHD. SSH port number 22 only, na? So star means IPv4, colon means IPv6. SS netstat also you can use. TLUPN. Got it? Netstat also you can use. Same information output wise little bit different. That's it. Got it? Clear? So this is all basic commands and networking frequently we are going to use according to our requirement. Okay. Got it, guys? If you're having any doubts, any questions, please. Today's class new for us, sir. Very good, Latif. Interesting. Very good. It's a new class for you. Okay. Maybe if it is a new, if it is a old, right? It's very, very important session for who's thinking to start the career as a Linux admin, DevOps engineer, or as a AWS cloud engineer, or Azure engineer, or GCP engineer. So this is very, very important. Without knowing the networking concepts, it's a bit difficult to us to understand the remaining concepts. Okay. Say purpose of SS. That is what I said, na Shiva. Shiva, to find out the port numbers, listen port numbers on services. For example, SSH port number 22, we don't know. We can able to find out with the help of SS command. With the help of netstat command. Both are same. SS new command introduced from 7.0. Netstat is a old command. You can execute into any version. Yeah, welcome Shiva. So got it, guys? Okay. Your 6 p.m. batch? I didn't get you. Nagireddy. Maybe students they shifted to 6 p.m. batch. No, yesterday also we find 70 peoples, right? More than 70 peoples we find, I think, yesterday also. Today, Saturday effect, that's it. I don't know what you are going to do on Saturdays. Huh? क्या करोगे यार ఏం చేస్తారు మేడం సాటర్డేస్ ఏంటి ఓకే రైట్ గైస్ see you guys bye